I'm Charles Mereday, and I'm in the restaurant business. In my 20 years as a chef and restaurant owner, I've been able to work and eat in some of the great kitchens around the globe. There's a whole side of the restaurant that most people will never get to see. So now, I want to take you to the back of the house, into kitchens of some of the best chefs in the world. Along the way, I'll share some of my own tips and recipes so you can cook like a pro too. So join me in the back of the house for a whole new perspective on cooking and food. Order in. Roger. Service, please.
Bouillabaisse club.
I'm glad that you came, please.
In this episode of Back of the House, we're getting an inside look at the opening of Mereday's Brasserie in Coconut Point, a fine dining restaurant that went from concept to opening in less than 2 months. So join Chef Mereday for some fine French cooking as he and his talented team attempt the impossible this week on Back of the House.
Should be fun. This will be, you'll see us sweating a little bit the next few hours. Trickle would be on.
Thank you.
A little bit of cosmetic work.
It's gonna be done in time?
Oh yeah, of course. It should be done.
Enough creek, 3 please.
Knob Creek 3, yeah, got it.
Alright, so chaos. That's where we are right now. We are down to the wire, opening day tomorrow. Hopefully we're going to get a little bit of a mock service going tonight. The last minute details are all happening right now. Beer taps are being installed, wine, beer, liquor are being delivered, all the food's being delivered. All of the cooking is just starting as we wait for the fire marshal to come at the very last minute to say, yes, we can turn the stoves on. So my fingers are crossed that he shows up in the next few minutes.
How you doing? All right, well, just touch base with me. Let me know if anything changes. All right. All right, thank you. Bye-bye. So that's non-stop, just phone, vendors, making sure we got enough of everything. So it's coming together, so it should be fun. This will be, you'll see us sweating a little bit the next few hours. But we're kind of getting a little bit of prep done now, waiting on the fire marshal to get here, give us a go to turn all the equipment on. So we're just cooking everything we can cold right now.
I am breaking down the chicken for the cook oven. Right. For the
Super excited. It's fun. How long has everything taken to kind of come together for this?
What do you think, 3-4 days, Kevin?
Well, no, as far as like...
No, I'm kidding. I mean, it's been 3 months. Yeah, it's been, has it been 3 months? How long?
I would just like to say, Chef Charles Mereday, clearly being a world-class, talented chef, and a phenomenal business person, has now created a time machine, because I don't know anything about 3 months. I got the keys to this restaurant 2 weeks ago, so it certainly is the shortest turnaround time that I've ever done. So you've invented the time machine.
Well, awesome.
So that's where we're going to make our money, in the time machine.
Well, thanks for being the pilot.
Okay.
Give Chef a list because he's going to Chef Warehouse in a little bit. So I got to get like demi-tasse spoons and cocktail forks. And I got oysters from West Coast, the Gulf, all of our fresh produce, some local, some Chef's Garden, cheeses. This is my favorite cooler, the beer cooler. So all of our draft lines are running out of this cooler. As you can see, we have a mixed gas of nitrous and CO2 that run all of our kegs. Some of this stuff is Florida Brewery. This is Florida Cracker. This is Cigar City. This is one of my favorite Florida breweries. This is a lot of horsepower of beer back here. So.
Rodenbach. This is by Rodenbach, a Belgian brewery. The Character Rouge. or I guess Caractère Rouge. This is almost $30 a bottle at our cost.
So try to have a nice variety of pales, IPAs, stouts, Belgians, seasonal beers. We have a pumpkin ale on, just to give people, you know, a good variety. Plus, you know, we hopefully have over, you know, 50 in the bottle too, specialty stuff. What's nice about the craft beer too is that there's a lot of, you know, everybody's doing something different now. Plus the amount of craft beers or craft breweries in America in the past 10 years has just blown up. So it's cool to see a lot of these guys come out with seasonals, you know, every few months. They're always putting something new, which will keep our taps rotating constantly. So when our customers come in, you know, they'll have rotating draft, but you know, we have, you know, lots of, you know, Belgians in the bottle, large bottle Belgians, and so it should be a good variety for everybody.
Okay, Fire Marshal may or may not be able to get here today.
Oh, did he tell me we can cook or no?
No, I did. I asked that, hey, we have the certification. Can I send you a picture of the tag showing that we're certified? Everything is fine. And he said through to the fire department that no, he's got to be on site and he has to sign off.
Oh,
that's dirty.
Yeah. Well, he'll pull through for us. Confidence, right?
Yeah.
Positive. The power of positive thinking.
Hey, I got.
He's gonna be here at 4.
I got plenty of vegetables.
She could not have been nicer. I mean, literally, like, and she really like she called him and worked. She's called me 3 times.
Good.
So she's trying to jockey around a hole in his schedule to get him here. But I did explain, hey, look, we cook our stocks overnight. You know, like literally, we can't get going on cooking.
Yeah, the
anything
boil
until,
stock tomorrow.
It's gonna be, instead of the simmer, it's gonna be a rapid boil.
Right. So
all right, well,
they're gonna try. He's gonna try to be here between 4 and 4:30.
Well, we do what we can.
Otherwise it's 8:30 tomorrow morning.
Oh, okay, here we go. So let's do some
French press.
All right, so we're at opening night. Soft opening tonight. It's 3 o'clock, so we got like 2 hours. It's all, you know, it's coming together now, but you know, we're setting the stations. You know, we've never worked these stations before. You know, we're finishing up all the stocks and sauces, and so it's really been down to the wire. With Fire Marshal coming yesterday, he didn't get here till 3, so I mean, we didn't even turn the stoves on until 3 o'clock today. So we're really, you know, grinding it out right now. As you can see, we got a kitchen full of people. We got some people from Mereday's here helping me open. In Naples, also Alto. So we're a big family who all come together to do the opening. So you know, we'll see how it goes. We're probably about an hour out, so we'll be ready like right when people start walking in. So hopefully we'll get the front of house, we'll get them some beers and cocktails first and stall a little bit for us. Tommy's getting his stuff set up. Tommy's my sous chef here. He was with me at Mereday's from day one. So he's the only one I brought over from Mereday. So it's gonna be me and him for a while.
And we've got the demi-glace finishing here. That's our veal stock that we cooked for 2 days, reduced with red wine as well. And then we've got a nice classic French Beurre Blanc working here. We reduced some shallots and thyme and peppercorns with white wine. That goes all sec, which means almost dry. Then we put heavy cream and reduce that all sec again. And then we load it up with butter, a little fresh lemon, and it makes anything taste great. So that'll go with our fantastic lobster thermidor. One of my favorites.
15, 20 minutes before opening the doors. We're close. I think the front is very close. I think they were almost ready. The restaurant looks great. We're still a little ways off in the kitchen. We're scrambling a little bit for the very last minute. So right now, you know, I'm standing here feeling pretty confident, but it won't be until a few people sit down and we forgot to get something ridiculous. You know, hopefully customers will be a little bit forgiving tonight on our first night. You never know, but otherwise, the most important thing, like I told everyone else, is that, you know, we're gonna have a good time. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna be relaxed, and you know, we're actually just gonna enjoy opening night. And you know, you only get to do it once, so might as well have fun. It wouldn't be right otherwise, I have to say. Yes. Mark, how you doing? Thank you for coming through for the last.
Walking in, French onion, order fire.
Heard that? Yeah, I'm just checking the texture of it.
Nice gold
First
spoon.
two,
Nice, chef.
No, I'm just making them talk.
Duck legs.
All right, Doug, can I roll?
yep, this thing out.
Going, yep, by itself.
Yeah. Salt, pepper. And a little bit of olive oil too.
Olive oil?
I always do.
Trickle would be on.
Thank you.
Nice.
Right there. Oop.
What are you doing there, Joe?
This is all the love in the oven back here, right? Holy shit, huh? All I ever made.
The olives all tossed together, get dark balsamic.
Warm bread salad.
Yeah.
Actually, anything.
Hey, give me that.
Chef, how's it going?
So far, so good, man. I'm happy with the food. It looks great. You know, it'll be better tomorrow, though. I'll tell you that. For sure.
All right, so
Green peppercorn sauce. All right.
Come on, C2. Seared scallops. Snapper lamb. He said a minute on lamb. Like that. Panzanella, French onion, scallops, and a coca bean.
I think, considering that we started cooking when the first order came in, we started cooking the first dish. We never cooked a single dish before the first order came in.
Yeah.
We already know some things that we need to tweak and change and make it a little bit better. All in all, I mean, I think it's fantastic. The room is beautiful. The restaurant really looks great.
Within, I swear to God, within 48 hours, this place is completely transformed. I mean, it went from like a blank canvas for a second to where we're kind of scratching our head, looking around. But like I said, all the staff, you know, front and back came together really nicely. I mean, you can see the bar is stocked, all the taps are on. You know, it's a restaurant. Everything.
Well, we served a full house of people tonight too.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, for sure.
So it was definitely a full. It was a good night. It was a real good first night. I think it was great.
Yeah, it's
very exciting.
Don't go away. There'll be more cooking and food when Back of the House returns after these messages.
Hi, I'm Tiffany McQuaid of McQuaid & Company Real Estate Services. If you're buying or selling a home, let McQuaid & Company give you the comprehensive edge in achieving your residential and investment goals. From outstanding multimedia marketing programs to sell your property, to deep knowledge of the region's marketplace to find your new home, our highly experienced McQuaid & Company team will provide you with maximum results with a personal touch. We call it real estate to the nth degree.
Alto Live Jazz Kitchen is Southwest Florida's new hotspot for dinner and nightlife. Featuring local and nationally known jazz acts 7 nights a week, award-winning cuisine, a full bar, and extensive wine list, Alto is the ultimate destination for great music and food. Come see what everyone is talking about at Alto Live Jazz Kitchen, located in Bayfront, downtown Naples, or go to altonaples.com for a current menu and entertainment schedule. We now return to Back of the House with Charles Mereday.
So today I'm going to show you how to do the snapper and papillote here at Mereday's. So it's a classic French dish, and papillote just means in paper. So we start out with fresh snapper, season it, salt and pepper, and you pretty much just put all the ingredients you want inside parchment paper and you fold it up like an envelope. You can put anything in here. You know, this is the way we do it here. Most of the time, you know, light vegetables. Some people even put, you know, haricot vert, carrots, potatoes in there, and it just steams it inside. So we wrap everything up and then it's served table side in the paper still. So it's, you know, it's very rustic, but you know, being a brasserie and doing these classic French dishes, a lot of them are very rustic. So like I said, we start fresh snapper, salt and pepper. We add fresh shallots just right over the top. Do 2 slices of Chef's Garden heirloom tomatoes, red and yellow bell pepper, fresh herbs. I like to use basil, some fresh tarragon, and some fresh thyme. I'll add a couple little pads of butter here. Then I like to use this basil pesto. This is a nice, it's just a basil puree with oil and a little bit of salt. So that goes in there just like that. And then just a little splash of white wine. And then it's pretty simple. You just take your paper over like this, come down, and you just start folding it over. And that's really, you know, it just means in paper. So we serve it up like this, nice and folded, seal, make your way around. And this is just absolutely amazing. All these ingredients that are in here just come together. I mean, it's really amazing. So we just bake this in the oven, you know, 350 to 400 degrees, and for probably about, you know, 6 minutes. What's nice about it, it's pretty hard to overcook. You have a lot of moisture in there, so all the steam and moisture from the butter and the wine and the oil from the pesto is going to stay in there, and all those ingredients just marry together. Absolutely delicious dish. It's, you know, it's very classic, you know, simple. We serve it with seasonal vegetables and fingerling potatoes, but it's pretty cool when it goes out to the table too. You know, you don't see that a lot going out in the paper like that. So now we got all of our ingredients in there. So just a nice little envelope of fish and vegetables in there. So we'll get this in the oven next. Since we do a lot of, you know, classic bistro style food, Bouillabaisse is one of them. Pretty much just means fisherman's stew. So we keep it pretty traditional the way it is. So I'm going to give you guys a demo today so you can maybe try it at home. So we're going to use the freshest ingredients possible. So we're going to use fresh scallops, snapper, Gulf shrimp, mussels, and little neck clams for our proteins. So first off, we're going to start off with a little bit of butter. Go right in there. And you always want to start, especially if you're using clams, you're going to want to start with the clams first. So we'll add garlic, shallots. I just want to let that garlic brown up a little bit. Get the butter. Straight in with our clams. Get that mixed up nicely. Some fresh fennel, haricot vert, baby carrots, and fingerling potatoes. Going to deglaze a little Pernod, so I'll get a little flame action here. White wine. And then we have a really nice bouillabaisse stock that I already make. So we'll let that come down, let the clams open up, and then while we're waiting on that, we'll start to prepare our scallops and shrimp and snapper in a separate pan. So we're gonna have a nice seared fish, seared scallops, and seared shrimp to go along with it. I'm gonna season it, salt and pepper. That's really all you need. I mean, if you have fresh ingredients, the stock is really gonna give it a lot of the flavor. Nice hot pan. I'll start with my scallops in. Get a nice sear on those. Nice little small fillets of fresh snapper. Once the clams open here in the bouillabaisse, I'm going to add my mussels. They don't take as long to cook, and just really want that bouillabaisse broth to come down with all the fresh vegetables and the clams to release their juices. We'll have this nice big fisherman's stew at the end of it. Everything's getting a good little sear on it. The shrimp looking good. So the reason you want to do it in a separate pan is because if you were to do the fish, I mean traditionally I'm sure everything just went in one pot. But with this I really want to show off the sear on this scallops and the shrimp and the fish. Because if not, it's just going to boil the sear off and we put it all in the same pan. That's how we do it here. Scallops are good, they're getting some color on them. Fish is starting to look good. So I'll let that finish cooking there. I like to finish it off with just a touch of butter. Let it finish cooking. Brown butter there. Our clams have opened up, and that's kind of the longest part of it. Now we'll add our mussels in here. You can see it's just a stew. You know, this is, you know, very fresh seafood dish, but still nice and hearty. I mean, it'll fill you up for sure. Plus the portion size we serve is not very small either. We'll wait probably, you know, another minute for the mussels to open up. While we're waiting on that, we serve it with a crouton rouille, which is just crostinis, and then we have a mixture of roasted red pepper, garlic, paprika, and an aioli. So an aioli is just an emulsification of egg yolks and oil. It's pretty much a house-made mayonnaise. And so we'll add that to crouton to finish it off, which is really nice. Plus with bouillabaisse, you want to have a little bit of bread with it too, because you have so much of that juice. So now let's just finish it up. I just like to finish it with just a little bit of salt, pepper, you know, to your own taste. That's another, you know, importance is tasting your food, making sure, you know, it's seasoned properly. You taste everything. It tastes delicious to me. A little bit of fresh herbs. I like these parsley. So let that come down. The flavors on this are really nice. I mean, it's just all that coming together is really nice. The mussels, the clams, the Pernod, that fennel flavor coming out of there. A really hearty seafood stew. We'll get ready to plate it. You know, obviously you need a nice big bowl for all this to fit in there. I like to start out. You want to have a lot of broth in this dish too. That's a big part of it. So kind of start out with our clams. Those in there. All these nice fresh vegetables. Potato in there. Get a good bit of that broth. All right. So I'll finish it off with our rest of our seafood. Scallops. Some nice scallops, U10 scallops. They're not super small, but they're not huge either, so they're perfect for this dish. Fresh fish. Snapper, you can use whatever fish you prefer. I recommend a white fish, a grouper, snapper, something like that. Nice little white here. I like to finish mine off with some fresh tomatoes, just to give it a nice fresh component. These are Chef's Garden baby heirloom tomatoes. Our croutons. Nice riz, the roasted red peppers. Finish it off with some pea tendrils. Nice fresh ingredient. All right, so at the Brasserie, you know, we have a lot of selection of craft beer. So with the Bouillabaisse, you know, I'd recommend a Saison or a nice Belgian. You know, we have Chimay on draft. You know, we have Rodenbach in the bottle. A couple other nice Saisons. And there you go, Bouillabaisse, Fisherman's Stew, one of my favorites.
I was born to go spoon in my hand.
You're opening tomorrow, and you haven't made any of the dishes yet here?
We haven't spirit. We haven't actually physically made them, no, but we're gonna make it happen. That's what we do.
I assume no responsibility?
That's going in the outtakes.
You have that on camera?
I do.
Eating the foie gras is so rich and super tart acidity.
The foie gras is over
Yeah, keep
sweet. When that cognac kind of comes down in it.
Make sure you send me stuff.
Take a picture of you.
They're very camera shy.
I don't believe it.
I don't, and is there a difference? Marrow-bone. Oh, and she's got a loose tooth. That is the most important thing of the evening.
Was that on the menu?
That is really good, actually. I don't know what else to say.
The board is on fire. The board. The board.
Mock service tonight, hopefully. Let's see, what is it? 2 o'clock, and China still hasn't been delivered yet. So we need some plates in order to put the food on. Aside from that, though, we're good. So, what was your question?
All right. So that's a wrap.
That is a wrap.
That is a wrap. Nice work, guys. Cheers.
Cheers to it.
Cheers to the chefs.
Hey.